this is Shannah. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to the channel. And this is a pick a card reading with a message from your wild side. So let's just be surprised about what messages are coming in. And to find that out, we have here 3 piles. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And in case you're wondering, they're all agate stones or agate. I don't know exactly how it's said in English, but they're all from the same family of stones. Okay, so take your time to choose your pile, and I will see you in a couple of moments. So if you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. So I have here oracle cards prepared. Then I will shuffle the tarot card and another oracle card that I have here that they knew. So you will be the first group to ever see these decks here at my channel. So wait. So your wild side, what would your wild side like to tell you? So first of all, we have Cherry. Live an extraordinary life. I think that actually this is something that you've always wanted, something that you feel entitled to. There's something within you that knows you should have this extraordinary life. And it doesn't have to be necessary about luxury, for instance, but, doing your own thing, living by your own rules, so to say, following your dreams, whatever the shape, whatever the color, whatever the size of your vision, is something that it calls you. It's not just you dreaming away, it really calls you. It really belongs to you. And this is like an invitation of just doing it, and feel free to call this path your own, to claim your own path. Yeah. Then we have Bridget, healing. Then we have number 25, the Selkie and her skin. Let's put it in a way so that you can see as much as possible. And then we have number 20, the littlest fairy. And it says, appreciate the beauty and value of the exquisite and small. And then we have Eros, love. So this is your wild side talking to you. First of all, we have here the message with Bridget is telling us that you yourself, you are a healer. Either if you're aware of it or not, but you are a healer. And there are many ways of healing, right? You can be a doctor. You can be a veterinary, a psychologist, a counselor. You could be an artist. You could be someone who inspires other people. You could be like really having this spiritual healing abilities. Some of you just need to be in a room in order to heal people. Sometimes you have to speak. Maybe you're a hands-on healer. There's so many different ways, but you are a healer. And what you are as well, you're different from the crowd, and you stand out from the crowd as well. And sometimes you try to to blend in. Here with Selkie and her skin, you really try to blend in, and you really try to be like other people, or you believe, like through your upbringing or some other kind of education, that in order to get love, in order to be loved, in order to be accepted, you have to be like everyone else. Well, that doesn't really work like that. And it's like, you've noticed as well, the more you blend in, it's like the more you are rejected as well. For some of you, this could really be the case, because people feel your uniqueness. It's like a wolf in a sheep's skin, yeah? And It's like they can smell the wolf. And then I'm saying that you're dangerous. I'm just saying that you are unique. You're probably very eccentric by nature. Maybe you don't show it because you try to hide it, but you are, you have a unique personality, and this personality, this uniqueness that makes you a healer as well, because you stand out and you show other people what love is. It's really strange that this is coming, like showing other people what love is, showing other people what is acceptance, what is tolerance, what is and sometimes, you know, you're the one who has to be tolerated, you're the one who has to be accepted. But all this process is also a mirror image. You know, you kind of mirror the other person's problem, because if they're not tolerating you, if they're not accepting you for who you really are, it's because they really have a problem with that, or with that side or part of themselves. Like, there are many reasons for this, but the message here from a wild side is also claim your wild side, claim your beauty, claim your intelligence, claim your talents, claim your strength, claim your rebellious nature, and be who you really are, right? And here, also here, with this, appreciate the beauty and value of the exquisite and small. It's like, for this message to come through, especially from your wild side, it's sometimes we get so blended by expectations, especially other people's expectations of us, and how we think we have to be, or how, what is success, what is happiness, what is fulfillment, and what is being popular, you know, all these things that nowadays seem to be so important. But the more you notice the beauty, you know, in ordinary things, you know, probably walking a street, and then you suddenly see a beautiful window or a beautiful flower on the windowsill. And that flower is really small, but it's so, so beautiful. And you notice it. What, you know, if you're coming home from work, probably you wouldn't notice. But if you start appreciating all these little things, not only about the landscape around you, but also about people, what they really bring, their smile, that the way they look, the way they see the world, the way sometimes they laugh, you start appreciating also the small gestures that you can do towards other people, and other people towards you, appreciating the beauty of every breath, the beauty of every heartbeat of this world. And that is then when you're actually in your energy. And when you're in your energy, then you don't have to hide anymore, because you're just being yourself, and you're just loving yourself. And again, we're coming to the word love here with Eros. You cannot hide, right? And Eros, of course, is also the physical love. And this seems to be very important to you. So what I'm getting is, and because Eros is here so predominant, and he's beautiful, is that some of you, for instance, are lacking, you know, on this area, and that you should honor this side of life as well. Not that you're against it, but some of you, I have the feeling, you aren't, you know, being or exercising. I'm being really coy about it, because YouTube has this new guidelines. So you have to get more physical. Some of you haven't been very physical for the last months, for instance, even longer for some of you, which is okay. But it's a side of you that you really need to experience a bit more often. How and when is that, I don't know. I cannot tell you, but it's your wild side telling you that you need that. It's part of your makeup, is as part of who you are, and you need that. You need with a certain frequency. in order to get that mojo flowing, you know, in order to be in your energy, in order to be balanced as well. So you need that energy. So what we have here is really what your wild side is asking you is like, embrace the totality of who you are, because you are here to have an extraordinary life. And this life doesn't, like I said, doesn't have to be a life of luxury or being like a jet setter or influencer or something like that, you know, because I even feel that you people from pile number one, that you're not really into that, right? But what you want is like a life of adventure, a life of experiences, a life of beautiful meetings, you know, meeting of souls, meeting of experiences. I'm repeating myself, but of something that's really worthwhile, and not just appearances and smoke and mirrors. You want more, you want it tangible, you're very sensual, you want to experience the world and life. And again, this part of you, this healer, is just, you know, if you hadn't been aware of it yet, really notice it, you know, that you can make people value themselves. You can make people feel special. You can make people open their hearts. You have that power. You also can make people be their truer selves. And this is something that you also you are becoming it as well. You're becoming truer and truer to yourself. You know, you're showing more and more of your true colors in a very beautiful, loving way, not in this in your face kind of way, not in aggressive manner. So you are becoming like this beautiful, beautiful soul of light. And but here with Eros, but you're also very physical, you're also very 3D, and you need to honor that as well, because it's all part of this wonderful being that you are. So let's take here the tarot cards and see what they have to tell you. So I just got them today, and of course I forgot immediately how they're called. Shadowscapes Tarot. Some of my colleagues, they have had it for ages now, but I just got it today. And they're really, really beautiful. So there we go. So what other message do we have here for you, pile number one, from your wild side? There you go. Oopala. There you go. So we have here the Eight of Cups. Then we have the High Priestess. No, this one too. And we have here the Seven of Cups. This is quite interesting. Again, here with the High Priestess, what I get here is also the healer in you. And you're also very, I was going to say esoteric, but esoteric in the sense of knowledge, really. You're someone who really seeks knowledge. You're someone who's very curious. You're someone who can really research really, really good or really well. And you're always searching the next horizon when it comes to knowledge. You're someone, you're not dogmatic at all. So you're not someone who's just satisfied with a very shallow explanation for life, spirituality, whatever. So you're always like asking questions. You always want to go deeper, and you're always learning. You're always learning new perspectives, new truths, new ways of facing life, God. And I'm getting even the word Jesus here, right? So facing and discovering and rediscovering yourself through knowledge as well. With the Eight of Cups and Seven of Cups, I find it quite interesting because, oh, I see. Oh, okay, this is a very specific message for you. This is beautiful. Because what here seems to be the problem, so to say, is like you may have difficulties of letting go when it comes to partners, especially in love, but it can also be in friendship, can also be even certain parts of your life, even a job. You know, you get very attached. You're a very emotional person, and you may have difficulties of letting go. The message from your wild side is first of all, there's always so much for you out there. And one other thing is, like, sometimes you feel like you don't have other options, that you put yourself down and you think, well, I have to stay with this option, so to say, because there's nothing else out there for me, or I'm not good enough, or who would take me, or whatever the case. But it's like it's done on purpose. It's a really weird message, but it's like it's done on purpose in order for you to grow and trust. Because the truth is, here with the Seven of Cups, is there's a lot of options for you out there, and more than you can dream of, actually. So you have more talents, or your talents are more needed or are more important than you give yourself credit. But this is a part of you, of learning. This is a part of knowledge. This is a part of you growing as a soul, right? So it's like you have to trust and let go and really venture into the unknown, so to say, even not knowing what's coming up next. It's a part of your growth, this trust, this leap of faith, right? And there's also, like, your wild side is also telling us that, but please take this as it resonates, okay? Some messages are really specific, but it's also saying that you may tend to daydreaming a lot, and sometimes you fall into illusions as well. And what you're saying is, like, per se, it doesn't have to be a negative thing, because this is what it's telling us is you're very creative as well. You have a very vivid fantasy. So you could be an artist, like I said at the beginning, like you're also through your healing skills, but through your creative side, you could be an artist as well. And of course, this fantasy world, this illusions, this, getting lost in this parallel universe, so to say, this is also a plus when you are an artist or a creative person. But like the warning here is, like, be here as well, be here and now. So it's like also learning to part from illusions and turn them into reality, and really transform your vision into something tangible, into something palpable, okay? So this is quite important. I'm feeling inspired to take one more. Then we have the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Okay. And the thing is, what the cards are also telling you, and I think this is more like, from the feeling I get, this is really like a more current situation. And the reading is timeless, so when you find this, it will be more or less your situation. It's like you've been working really, really hard, and you're feeling exhausted. You're feeling very, very exhausted, and this makes you defensive as well. You can still walk the extra mile, you can do everything and that's the problem. Exactly. So this is not just a current situation, this is also like a warning from your wild side, because your wild side is telling us that you're very dedicated. Even being completely exhausted, you're always ready to give extra, to do everything for everyone else, to really tire yourself out for other people, and also for yourself and for your own project. So here the warning is, be careful. Don't bring yourself to the edge, in the sense that you might fall from exhaustion. Yeah, so you have to take a rest as well. And then we have the Four of Swords. Again, this is the rest. So you need to rest. You need to take time for yourself, because there's such a rich world within you, pile number one, that you can be also extreme sensitive. Also here with these two cards, with these three cards, you can be extreme sensitive. And you take also a lot of energy from the outside world, and you really need time to heal yourself, to recuperate, right? Really to recharge your batteries. You really need time for that. Let's see what's the bottom of the deck. And we have here strength. Yes, I think it's beautiful. You're really, really a strong person. And actually, for me, this is also a sign. It's you and the beast, the wild side. And it's also a sign that there's like a constant struggle within yourself. And it's between what you think you should be and what you really are. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And between also, it's like a struggle between you and you, in the sense that you also over criticize yourself. Yeah, you have this constant nagging voice within you. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have said that. I cannot speak. What will other people think? And that can keep you from, voicing your truth and saying what you really think and doing what you really want to do. So something to address here. But now let's get some advice. This is also a new deck. This is from the Monology deck. It's called Manifestations, and it's being shuffled for the very first time. So what is the advice for you, pile number 1? What advice your wild side wants to give you? Okay. I guess it's not spreading very well, so we do our best. But I want this one here. Last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. Remember here, it's like also here, appreciate the small. So here, together with this card, it could really be that you're someone who is not very keen on details, which is understandable. I'm like that too. But if they're telling you to really pay attention to the details, remember the devil hides in the details. So you're probably overseeing something right now, or in order for things to go smoothly, really do things by the book, step by step, and double check it and get it in written, get it in paper, in your hand. Okay, so everything goes smoothly. One more. First quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. Oh, wow. So you're a good communicator. And what I see here is also with speak your world into being, it's really make it happen. Make it happen and say what you really want. Claim your vision, claim who you are, and share it with the world. Because you'll create it as you go, as you are truthful to yourself. Beautiful. And then we have here full moon in Scorpio. Breathe through the tension. Yeah. Because you really may be right now in a kind of a struggle. There's a lot of stress around you and within you as well, as we saw earlier. So it's outer and inner stress, but just breathe. Just take a breather like we saw earlier. This is just confirming. Take a breather because things will be fine. But we have here 2 full moons. No, it's less quarters. Oh, not really full. But it's like with the full moon here coming last, is like it's coming to a completion. It's almost over. So whatever ordeal you're going through, whatever stress, whatever kind of test you're going through, it's almost over. It's beautiful. What's the bottom of the deck? We have here last quarter moon in Taurus, and they're opposites, Taurus and Scorpio. That's beautiful. Be proud of yourself. Oh, this is the most beautiful message ever. Pile number 1, be proud of yourself. And that's what she is telling you, reclaiming your authenticity. Be who you are. You are beautiful. You are amazing. Pile number 1. Oh, what a beautiful message. So, pile number 1, this was the message from your wild side. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you. If you'd like a private reading, my email is in the description box below, as well as the link to my Instagram account. So you have a wonderful day, a wonderful time, full of love. So if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. So what are the messages from your wild side? So I have here these oracle cards. And then I'll be pulling some tarot and another oracle cards. These two decks, I just got them today, so they were really, really new. And okay, so first card for you is Mauve. Enjoy clear hearing, number 43. Yes. Then we have Oya, power. Then we have number 24, Soul Cage, rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. And number 37, Keeper of Secrets, use your discernment, confide in a trusted friend, keep silent about knowledge. And then we have Vishnu, balance. So, quite interesting. So the message from your wild side, first of all, you're a very good listener here with clear hearing. Maybe you are even clear. I know I forgot the word, but you can hear like the messages from spirit, but you can really hear, you know, because most of the people that say I hear spirit, they do not. They just some pictures in their head or some other things, but not because clear audio, for instance, or clear, I'm forgetting the word, but clear hearing in a spiritual sense, it's actually very, very rare. And it can be very confusing also for those who can do that, because it's then it's like hearing voices, right? And that's not something people appreciate nowadays. But you can really hear it, the messages from the other side, from spirit, from the divine. Okay, but it could be that some of you do have this ability, yeah, this blessing, and you can really hear, like in 3D, hear messages from the other side, not just in your mind. Okay, so that's what's really rare, is like hearing if the person was really sitting next to you. But besides that, you're a really good listener. You're someone that people go to, and you're also a defender, especially with Oya. Oya is my favorite Orisha. I really love her. And she's really strong, she's independent, she's beautiful, but also a warrior at the same time. And she's very clever, and she can, you know, take on other guises, take on other shapes. It's like a shapeshifter a little bit. And she's very emancipated, okay? She's very strong. But what I see here, sorry for that, is like you doing that for other people, in the sense, I have the feeling you're a defender. I have the feeling that you, pal number 2, the message from your wild side is people telling you that you're a defender of people who are weaker. You bring people into light, in the sense of you help them come out of difficult situations. Now, this could be on the physical sense, could be on a financial sense, but it could also be like on a psychological or emotional sense. For instance, you're being a counselor, you're really helping out your friends. Again, you're a very good listener. You really listen to what other people are saying. You really understand it, and you can meet them. You know, let's put it this way, you can go down to their level, but it's not a status or a social level, not like their level of frustration or depression or sadness, and you can go there and bring them up without getting lost yourself. So you're very, very strong, you're very brave. You may be, some of you, for instance, you may fight for a cause, or you may defend the rights of animals, the rights of women, the rights of refugees, of the oceans, of the trees, whatever it is, you fight for a cause. And you are very good at it. You're very passionate about it. And you're someone like people trust, people go to you because you're also able to keep balance. Vishnu is the the God or a divine principle of balance, of keeping things in their place, to put it in a very superficial way. But you are someone who can do that. You can keep the balance. You can be a mediator. You can be someone who really brings peace into conflicts. You can even be a lawyer. We have like a very low, so most of us have very low opinions of lawyers. But if you're someone who's really like, you do it from the heart, you do it out of conviction, you do it because you believe you can really help other people, being a lawyer can be one of the most beautiful things in the world, because you're really there, with a cause. You have your principles, and you're really fighting for what you believe. You're helping other people because you believe in what you're doing. So this could be for some of you as well. So what I see here is like defending the underdog, defending people in difficult situations, and fighting for them, defending them. And it's also here with this card, Keeper of Secrets. Again, could be a counselor, could be, you, or is just a very good friend that can keep secrets and can keep things to yourself. And this is really difficult. Keeping secrets is difficult, for some people more difficult than others. But to be able to do this is just amazing, I think. And it's also, but sometimes the knowledge you get can also bring you down. So I have here the feeling that is also, you have to keep the balance within yourself as well, to kind of purge all the negativity away, detox all the negativity away from you. It's also quite important. And that's our mauve. Mauve can also act as a detoxing plant, and also calming. It calms your nerves, is also very good for your stomach. And this is the effect you have on other people. You calm them down, and you bring them hope. You give them trust. You're very trustworthy. And another thing that I'm getting here, especially here with Vishnu with 4 arms, now I'm getting the title of an album. Veruca Salt, exactly, that's the band, and the album was called 8 Arms to Hold You. And that's the feeling I get here, but it's like 4 arms to hold you. It's like people really feel safe around you. They really feel they can fall, and they can be themselves, and they're not going to be judged. You're someone that you just accept people for who they are. You don't expect them to be saints. You don't expect them to be perfect. You just take them as they are. Okay, of course, you'll have your boundaries, of course, but people feel safe around you to be themselves and to speak their truth. And that's an amazing thing. And also here the message is like, some of you will be working very hard as well. And some of you may have more than just one job. And sometimes can be very difficult for you to juggle all these things together. And sometimes this really brings you down, because you feel you have to be really strong the whole time. You have to do the impossible to get things going. And sometimes, you just don't have the strength to bring yourself out of the darkness. But you have to, because you have to keep on going. You have to keep on going. So the thing is also here is like, and for some of you, you're also keeping secrets from other people, not in a bad way, I don't see that, but there's something important that you cannot share at the moment. And also the message is here, you don't have to share everything. Some things you can and even should keep for to yourself. But what I see here as well is you listening to yourself. Is really, you should listen to yourself more here with clear hearing, because to listen to your body, to listen to what your body and heart are telling you, because I think there are moments you will need rest, and you kind of override this need with this, I'll keep on going, I'll keep on going. Okay, quite important that you take some time for you. And because you have Oya here, one thing that is important is, and it might sound strange, but is rain and thunder and lightning. because she's the spirit of the rain and thunder and storms. So I think, for instance, some of you will find storms very relaxing and really like they kind of speak to your core, they speak to your soul. You feel good when there's a storm happening. If it's not too dangerous, of course, if it's not destroying everything around it, but something that you find calming and really like take those moments of rain, for instance, to really quiet down, quiet your mind and just breathe. Okay, just breathe. Because Oya is a protector and she will always protect you and she will defend you from any danger, which is quite important to know. Yeah. But what I'm getting as well is a wild side telling us that you are doing a great job of keeping your balance as well. And you should be proud of yourself and you should, tap yourself on the back and saying, I'm doing this. I'm doing this and it's a great job. Yeah. But let's see what the tarot has to say. So this is a new deck. This is Shadowscapes Tarot. Exactly. I just got it today. So what is the message of the wild side of pile number 2? What do they want to tell pile number 2? What does the wild side of pile number 2 want to share? Okay. There you go. We have here the first card. We have 3 of Swords. Then we have the Magician. And this one. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, okay. I find it a similar theme to pile number 1. So if you felt attracted to pile number 1, maybe you'd like to watch it as well. It's up to you. What I see here is like it's the willingness to create something good. It's the willingness to create something new, to leave something behind. But at the same time, it's difficult to do. We have the 3 of Swords. With the 3 of Swords, there's really like it's hurt, really pain. You've been hurt bad. You got really hurt in the sense there was either some betrayal or there was like a love triangle or a third party situation. It doesn't even have to be just love. It could be at work with competition. It could be family, any kind of competition here and any kind of double crossing or lack of honesty. It's like your heart, it's really sore, really, really sore. And you've been going through this process of healing, I think, for quite some time now. But you kind of, like we were saying earlier, you've been overriding it. You've been keep on going, keep on going. But here with your wild side, it's telling you, you are getting out of the darkness quite soon. This is quite beautiful. You are getting out of the darkness. You're coming into the light. Just hold on a little bit longer. There is balance coming in. And you will feel that freedom again here with the Magician. And actually, let me look at the card. Oh, that's quite beautiful. Let's take this as an example. So this is the Magician, and we have here all of the tools that the Magician needs in order to manifest his or her dreams, right? And but you see here, the Magician is really like distracted with this light. And I think it's funny that the Magician here is looking at the 3 of Swords. So you have actually all you need to move forward in your path. You have all the talents, everything, in order to just move forward. Yeah, but you kind of stuck in this pain. And again, this is no judgment on anyone's part, because it's understandable. It's understandable if you're in pain, or if you're going through a difficult situation, it's understandable that you're focusing on that, of course. But the thing is, it keeps you here with the Four of Pentacles, it keeps you from opening yourself to new opportunities, be it in love, be it in jobs, be it, career-wise, finances, family, whatever the case, or friendships. It's like you are close at the moment. You either, like with the Four of Pentacles, you can be protecting yourself, protecting your heart, protecting what you know, protecting the familiar, but at the same time, you're not letting anything new and positive in. And this is it's a disadvantage for you at the moment. But what I'm getting as well from the cards is like you will be healing quite soon. Let's see these cards here. We have the Nine of Pentacles. This is beautiful. You'll be healing quite soon because you'll be dedicating more time to yourself, to your vision. That's what the Nine of Pentacles does. The Nine of Pentacles is financial success that's coming in, and you can see here, her here playing the piano. Is you dedicating yourself to something you love? Maybe you play the piano yourself, but you are dedicating yourself to something you really love. Is you changing the focus from the pain into something beautiful. You're turning that pain into something productive, into something creative. That's just amazing. And then we have here the High Priestess, sorry. The High Priestess. This also says that this process takes some time, this process of healing. And actually, many people do not even know that you are suffering. People, like I said earlier, I have the feeling that pile number 2, people run to you to tell you about their problems, and in the hope that you fix their problems, or at least just listen. But no one knows how you're really feeling. But the thing is, at the same time, you are growing. You are growing. You're wiser right now. And again, the feeling I have is that this phase is coming to an end. This phase of grieving, this phase of healing, and you'll be becoming stronger and wiser, and with even more tools or let's put it another way, with even more understanding in order to help other people. I think you're someone who helps others from the heart. Really, really beautiful. Then we have here the Ten of Cups. Yes. So the happiness that you're yearning for, it's coming to you. So your wild side is telling you, that message that we hear so often, but it's sometimes so difficult to do. So you have my full understanding. But that's actually your wild side is telling you, hey, you kind of lost your sense of fun, so to say, because you're grieving, you're not spontaneous anymore. You're very careful, which is understandable. But your wild side is telling you, in order to get to this Ten of Cups, that you will get there. You will, and it belongs to you. It's yours. This full happiness, this happy ending. Look here, this new love, this stable, beautiful love is coming your way. It is. But you can help it, or you can meet it halfway if you just focus on yourself. If you start doing what you love, if you just, and through that find that joy in your life again, you let it in. And before you know it, this happiness is there in your life. And like I said, it doesn't have to be just in love. This is, for me, always the happy end. This is love, this is family, this is being fulfilled, this is being happy. And we have here material success, we have here emotional success. So things are turning around in your life in a beautiful way. Balance is coming in. Let's see what's the bottom of the deck. We have the Eight of Wands. So this is telling you, even is coming sooner than you think. It's coming sooner than you think. This transformation, this beautiful, happy ending, it's almost knocking on your door. So if you hear the door, someone knocking on your door, or the bell ringing while I'm talking, that's a sign. There you go. So now let's see what is the advice for you. We're going to use here this deck. This is from the Moonology series. Now it's a series. And this is the Manifestations deck. It's really, really beautiful. I think you're going to love it if you don't know it yet. So what is the advice for you? Pile number 2. So it doesn't spread that well, but it's okay. Not yet. It's new. Then you have here full moon in Capricorn. Take a reality check. Then we have here last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. And here, attune to the divine. New moon in Pisces. So maybe you're one of these signs, but you don't have to be, of course not. And with the take a reality check, for me, for what I see here is really, first of all, doing also like an emotion and body check at the same time. Where are you at really? You know, what is healing and what needs to be released, like we saw earlier. This reality check is like maybe you are letting life pass you by because you're still holding on to hurt. For some of you, remember, this is a general reading, right? Take it as resonates. And the moment that you really look at your life, then suddenly you realize what you need to do. And for many of you, is to really take a breather. You need to rest, like we saw earlier. You're doing too much right now. Okay, so you, like I said, maybe you have too many jobs. Not too many, but you have many jobs because you need them, but you need to rest in between, or you're helping so many people that you're forgetting to help yourself. Take some time for yourself, okay? And attune with the divine, to your intuition. And that's also here the message of the High Priestess. Listen to your intuition. Be more in tune with yourself, with your inner voice, like we were saying earlier. Because it's like you have to put out so many fires in the outside world, so to say, in the real world, that you forget to really go within and listen to that beautiful voice that knows everything and can really help you in many a situation. And then bottom of the deck, we have then last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. These are beautiful cards. I love them so much. So these are really practical advices. Practice gratitude. And sometimes, you know, we're so fed up with the world, with everything that's happening around us, that we don't know anymore what we should be grateful for. But sometimes, you know, just being grateful for being alive, for breathing, for, you know, having a roof over our heads, for the food that we are eating, for this video that's playing right now, for being able to change to another video if we feel like it. Everything's possible. And, you know, to have this freedom, to have access to internet, to have friends, to have family, to have a job, or whatever your situation, you know, you can always find something to be grateful for. Grateful for the rain, you know, for the sand, for the ocean, for the mountains, and so on and so on. So pile number 2, I'm really grateful that you exist. I'm grateful that you're watching this video, and I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you, and I wish you a wonderful time full of love. If you'd like a personal reading, my contact is in the description box below, as well as the link to my Instagram account. So thank you. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. So the message from your wild side. We're starting with these oracle cards that I've already shuffled previously. And then I'm going to pull some tarot cards and also cards from another oracle. These 2 decks I just got today. So it's a premiere. It's really beautiful. So let's start with the messages from your wild side. The first one is Coral. Allow flow and synchronicity into your life. Reading is a skill. And then we have here an Andromache. strength. And then we have Atlantis, number 19, rapid development, excellence, success. We have number 7, fairy wishing well, manifestation, expectations, offering. And then the last card here, we have Loki, play. Wow, this is a beautiful message, pile number 3. So the first thing that I'm getting is your wild side is telling you that your wishes are going to come true. And that synchronicity is going to play a major role, like with the first card we got here, right? Allow flow and synchronicity into your life. So this is going to play a major role. And it's also telling us that it's up to you to allow this. And your wild side really wants you to believe and really wants you to be a bit crazy here with Loki, right? It's inviting you to play, it's inviting you to play with the universe, play with life, not disrespectfully, of course not, but in a way, you know, be free about it. Loki, he was really loco, so I think loco also comes from his name. He was really crazy, and sometimes he didn't know any boundaries, but he was very free. He just thought a bit about it, and he did it. You know, he dared. It just went with the flow of his ideas, of his creativity. Of course, we may not agree with everything he did, and especially not condone the consequences, but still we have to let him that he is very free. And this is the invitation from your wild side, be free about it, you know. And your wild side is also confirming and acknowledging your strength, that you're very, very strong as a person here, as with Andromache. And you're very strong, and you're an inner fighter, you are a warrior. And we're getting a lot of these messages here in these 3 piles, which is beautiful. So my audience, the ones that are going to watch this, you're very strong people, all of you. And here your wild side is also inviting you or asking you to continue on to be strong and to gather your strength, because your life is going to start to move really fast. So you have to be strong and open at the same time, and crazy. Just like your wild side wants a lot from you. But your wild side is also telling us that you are these things already. You're someone who's really fast. You're quick-witted, and you can be a bit sarcastic at times, but in a very funny way. So you're not really wanting to hurt people. You're just very funny, and because you're very intelligent. And what many people don't understand is like with that to be funny, you have to be highly intelligent, actually, and to even to have humor and find things funny, you have to have intelligence, you know. And you are someone who has a great sense of humor, and you're very funny, and you also love the humor of other people. You love to laugh. You love comedians. Some of you may even be kind of comedians yourself, be it as a hobby or even professionally, depending. I'm seeing like some of you write as well. This is fantastic. And you're very strong. You know, you have very strong opinions, you have a very strong personality, and you're also, you know, you don't shy away from a fight, and you fight for what you want, you fight for your dreams. Of course, you also defend the people you love, but you really focus, you're really determined, because she has here the bow and arrow. In order, you know, to, I don't know if you ever tried to shoot arrows, you know, like with the bow and arrow, and it's difficult. It takes a lot of strength, a lot of focus, a lot of determination, really. And I think these are exactly the words that describe you very well. You're very determined, you're very focused, and you're strong. So this is amazing, actually. And this is your wild side acknowledging this. And your wild side knows what you've been wishing for a long time. And actually, your wild side is also telling you it's the time to allow things to happen, because you've been wishing them for far too long. You know, it's enough, in the sense of the universe already knows what you want. Actually, all of the parallel universes know what you want, because you've been wishing for so long and so hard. And it's time now to allow the answer from the universe to come in, you know, like, because the universe is granting your wishes. And it's time to allow that to happen. And it's going to start really quickly, like I said, rapid development. So your success is going to come kind of out of nowhere, but it's not out of nowhere. You've been working really hard towards it, and you've been having this vision of what you want. So you've been doing all the work, and the work is going to pay out now, really soon. And like even Loki is really looking mischievous as always, and like, shh, you don't know it yet, but it's about to happen, right? And it could be something with communication here. It has this horn, and could be something with communication. I don't think it's a drinking horn. I don't believe so. Well, if it is, please correct me. But I see this more like as a communication tool, actually. And I feel like it's something that's going to reach a greater audience. And this success has something to do with public, with audience, something, having a reaction from other people, from but a brighter spectrum of people, not just your team or your boss. Yeah. And remember, this is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. And now let's get messages from the tarot. So this is the Shadowscape Tarot. I just got it today, so it's really new. I have to sneeze. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. I hope it wasn't too loud. Well, but this is always a confirmation when you sneeze. It means that you're speaking the truth. Okay. There you go. So, messages from the wild side of pile number 3. Once again. Oh, nice. Nice, spreading better. Cool. So, we have here the Wheel of Fortune. So, your fate is about to change for the better. The 10 of Cups. There you go. For the better. And the King of Pentacles. Oh my God, really beautiful. So your fate is about to change for the better. We have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is the happy ending. So like I said, you've been putting all the work. You've been visualizing, you've been working also in the 3D, you've been preparing the ground, you've been walking the walk, talking the talk, and or walking the talk and talking the walk, something like that. But you've been doing it nevertheless, and it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off, especially here with the King of Pentacles. It's really success is money, is relaxing on a financial or a career level. It's you've reached it. You've reached that level of success and stability. Exactly, stability is coming in. So the success that you reach is not just an one-off and then it disappears. No, it stays stable. It stays the same. It's something, it creates a foundation you can build on, and on and on and on. It won't break. Really beautiful. And then we have here the 8 of Cups. And there you go. 10 of Wands. These 2 cards also came out in the last readings. Interesting that. Yeah. And it's like, it's actually acknowledging that it is time, in order to reach this success, it's really time to leave something behind, or this success will actually help you to leave something that wasn't satisfying you or was actually keeping you from developing further. It will ease the way for you to leave this behind. Could even be a relationship, could be a job, could be a friendship, a situation, right? It's just you're going to decide to leave that behind you, because it's something that was bringing you down, or it still is bringing you down. Something is like a burden on your shoulders, something that feels really heavy, and You feel exhausted just to think about it. And it's also a sign that you've really been working hard towards your goals and they're going to pay off. And also a reminder, oh, I see. I see. Okay. This is for some of you. So again, take it as it resonates, but this is important that it comes through. It's like, for some of you, it's this, your wild side wants you to know you're so near the breakthrough. The breakthrough is just around the corner. Don't give up now. Because some of you haven't, like, you've been wishing for it, but, you thought nothing would happen, and you're just probably tired of being strong and keeping that bow, like tense. And that you may be thinking of giving up, whatever the project, a relationship, a situation, whatever it is, you've just been considering giving up. And it's like this, then Loki comes surprise, it's almost there, right? So, and your wild side is telling you, like, don't give up now. It's so close. Things will going to turn and going to change. It's so soon that it would be a shame if you give up, 1 minute before midnight. So, and what's this card here? We have the Three of Wands, exactly. It's just like, this card is just telling you, be patient. Your ships are returning. The ships are coming home and they're returning and bringing the goods. You're going to get the result of your efforts. You're going to, everything you've done is going to bear fruit. Don't give up now. Be patient. Just wait a little bit longer. Just bear with it. You are going to be so happy. And here we have bottom of the deck, 9 of Cups. How beautiful is that? Your wishes are coming true. This is like the first message that we got here in your reading. Your wishes are coming true. And here we have the confirmation again. So just hold on for a little bit longer, because it's almost there. It's almost there. The wheel is going to turn. Don't give up now. Oh, what a beautiful message. Beautiful. Pile number 3. Wow. Now, this is the other deck. This is an oracle deck. This is from the Monology series. That's how I call it. And this is the Monology Manifestations. And I just got it today, and it's so, so beautiful. And okay, so advice for you, pile number 3. Advice from your wild side. What else? Oops, sorry for that. Let's try this again. There you go. This one here. We have here, first quarter moon in Pisces. Honor your feelings. Yes, that's important. Then we have new moon in Pisces. Attune to the divine. Oh, Pisces. Oh, and Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, right? It's really telling you, you are in this end phase. There's something new coming. Oh, how beautiful. A phase is coming to an end, a new one. Then we have again new moon in Sagittarius. Focus on the positive. So this is quite important, like, your wild side is telling you, don't give up, right? It's telling you, everything is going to be fine. But it's also important to realize where we're at with our feelings here, that we don't lie to ourselves just in order, like, to be psychotically happy or positive, because that in the long run, or medium long run, it won't work. It will turn against you, actually. So what we have here is like, acknowledge your feelings, really feel where you're at, and feel free to feel what you're feeling. If you're feeling impatient, if you're doubting your luck, if you're doubting your fate, you just acknowledge it. That's where you're at. But what your wild side wants to tell you is, no matter how much you doubt it, things are going to get better, even if you don't see it yet. And I'm reminded of that song, even long shots make it. And this is here, you're going to make it. It's going to work. This is a really positive, but, acknowledge where you're at and rest with it and let it flow. Let it go away, on its own accord in a gentle and positive and loving way. This is what I want to say. Yeah. And listen to your intuition, like, because sometimes we feel down because of all these voices nagging in our heads, these negative voices, but they are just the voices that we picked up along the way in our existence. Yeah, voices of other people or what we think other people think. And then we think they're our own voices, a bit confusing, but there's a voice that's really the voice of your higher self. And this is a voice that's always very loving, very accepting, and very supportive, right? And attune with that. Sometimes you just need to breathe deeply 3 times, and then we can hear it, even if it's just for a second. But we know it's there, and it's really beautiful. And the more you do it, the longer you can hear it or feel it. And then we have new moon in Sagittarius. Focus on the positive. Yeah, things are going to get better. And with this new moon energy, we have like the end of a phase, then we have the new moon, and it's really like going up. If we go really like literal on the drawings, yeah, it's going up. Things are going to get better soon for you, and this is the new phase in your life. Your dreams are coming true. Let's see what's bottom of the deck before we go. Take a breather. This message, in one way or the other, is coming up to all of the piles. So I think, yeah, globally we're feeling a bit tired. Could be because of the pandemic, could be because of Christmas or holiday stress, could be any of these things, or it could be winter for the northern hemisphere. But take a breather, just rest as much as you can. Okay. So pile number 3. This was your reading. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you, and I wish you a wonderful time full of love. If you'd like a private reading, my contact is in the description box below, as well as the link to my Instagram account. Thank you so much.